Buddy, this is Crow from Global Music Club, and here we are for yet another episode of our 10 Minutes Caws, and our third lesson for your electric guitar and how to play it. We had strings changed, we set up the guitar, and now Will is going to lead us into the next step. Let's see what he has for us today. Hi
Hi,
there.
Gab. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So, like I said last week, we're gonna actually start playing the guitar because we've been setting it up, like you said, we've been
Yay.
painting the strings and all, but now we want to get to the real stuff. So this is what we're gonna do today. And incidentally enough, I've got a guitar here with me. I'm gonna use my acoustic guitar for the sake of you hearing what I'm playing. I'm going to try to show you the neck of the guitar. So I'm just going to remove the background picture, which is a lovely shot.
It is.
Mm,
Oh, I hadn't seen that bit of him sticking the tongue out.
yeah, well, right. So, now you just see my bed. Well, that's fine. Rock guitar players do sleep sometime. So. All right, so just a couple of things. I'm just going to tell you what we're going to do today. It's going to be like a 10 to 15 minutes lesson. And basically, we're going to go through the notes of the strings very quickly, but this is something you want to bear in mind. And then we're going to have like warming up exercises to get your fingers in a playing position and, first things. And then we're gonna learn two chords, like the first two chords, and then we're gonna work a bit on rhythm.
Okay.
So a bit of everything that we need to do, and this is presumably gonna be like every single time. This is what we're gonna do, like warming up, chords, understanding what the chords are made up of, because it's important, because it's gonna broaden the possibilities, and then a bit of rhythm because it's all about rhythm.
Oh. And
right.
Interestingly, our last episode, and All About Rhythm was about coordination.
Exactly. Well, this is what we're gonna do as well here because, you've got two hands. You should have two hands, at least two, three, at least two. And we need coordination because it's all linked. Right. So first thing I want to do, it's a very important thing, is to warm up, because your wrist and your fingers, they're not like ready to play like mad right away. So you need to warm them up. It's just like when you go running or you do any kind of sport, you don't go like mad straight away. So you wanna warm up. And we're going to do two things in one exercise. The first thing is to warm up so that like everything is like ready to play. And then you're going to have like your fingers kind of loose and independent, because this is something you're going to realize when you start playing. When you move one finger, all the others want to follow the leader. So we're going to start like de-coordinate the fingers, but coordinate both hands. So that's a bit tricky, and this is not complicated. What we're gonna do is take the index finger on the first fret of the sixth string, which is an E. If you remember, it's E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, so first fret, which is an F, but we're not gonna bother about the notes right now. Okay, we're just gonna practice this exercise. First fret, then with your major finger, second fret, then third and fourth. And once you're done, it's just going to go like this, very slowly. Well, it's not my best composition in something, okay? I can do, I hope I can do better, but this is something you want to do. And then you're going to repeat the same thing, but on the A string. Okay, so overall it goes. And we're going to repeat this up to the E, the high E string. Okay, so it goes like very quickly, but I'm gonna do it like a bit on the slow side, just to break it down.
I love it when you guys say it's the slow side.
Yeah, well, you know. And then what you want to do, because you want to practice the way down as well, like the return side, you just slide up, so your pinky is not on the 4th anymore, but on the 5th, okay? And now you go down like 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on the B string, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Can you hold up the neck a bit more because we can't see? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to be like a bit
Just a bit.
more side,
Because we
okay?
couldn't see the last part.
It's quite difficult because the guitar is not holding
No,
still.
just a few centimeters, not more
Okay.
than you were. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what you want to do, okay? So you're 1, 2, 3, 4, then A string, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. And then when you reach the 1, 2, 3, 4 on the high E string, you slide it up. And so you've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then like all the way back to the top. And then you slide up 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc. Okay, so what you want to do is not play. Well, it's not playing. I mean, it's not like a real tune. It's just practicing and getting yourself ready and like be a bit more agile. But what you want to do is pay attention to the way your fingers are and how they rest on the strings. Because you don't want to pull the string. This is something you want to do because at first you're going to press like mad on the neck of the guitar. And you don't want to bend the string because what happens, and we'll get back to this later, it's a technique that you can use when you solo. It's called a bend. Is when you play, for example, this is a G. Okay, but if I bend the string, listen, this is G. See, the note is not the same, so you're not playing a G anymore. If you bend the string, if you're like too clutched on the string, then you're gonna alter the note, and this is not something you want to do. Okay, you want to play the note sharp. Well, sharp, I mean, not sharp in like in musical sense, but you want to play it straight if you prefer. So you want to do this just, nice and smooth, okay? It's going to hurt first. First time you play, you're going to see like your fingers, you're going to have like, I don't know what you call this, but it's going to be like hard.
Yeah.
The fingertips are going to get hard. So you want to do this, and you want to make sure you don't bend the string, you don't pull the string, okay? And you want to have like a nice wrap around, okay? So that you're just using your fingertips, okay? But not the whole finger like resting, okay? So just see there is space between my finger and the neck. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not like a massive gap, obviously, but there is space. And this is very important. We'll get back to this later when we will get to more advanced techniques. So you do this. And now, because we're very picky and we want to get things straight right from the beginning, I'm going to introduce you to one of my best friends, Mr. Metronome. Why? Because I'm going to set it to a very slow pace. So I'll make it 60 bits per minute. So basically 1 bit per second. Okay? So if you listen to this lovely tune, you see it's just 1 bit per second. Okay? So 60 per minute. And what we want to do while we have this, so you don't need necessarily like this model, and you can download an app on your telephone for free. So don't bother buying one. But you have this, and then you're going to make sure that you play on every click of the metronome. So 1, 2. This is very boring, isn't it?
But
Right.
needed.
Great. So I'm not going to play it all, obviously, but so while you do this, make sure you play on the click. This is from day one. You want to start with this. It can be a real pain if you just learn to play without a good sense of rhythm, and this is going to keep you on the right path. Okay?
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
this, and you should, well, there's an old saying, which is an expression, which is don't run before you can crawl. Don't set it up to like 120 or 150 or whatever. If your fingers are like all over the place, like, bending the notes, like not having like the right position. Okay, so stick to 60 until you're really comfortable and it's very smooth and you can go up to like the 12th fret, for example.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very convenient on this guitar because obviously it's not a Guitar Hero guitar. Okay, not made to go like shredding like crazy on it, but you can go up like to the 12th fret. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 etc etc, and then you slide up 5 4 3 5 4 3 2, and then when you're back to 2, you slide up 3 4 5 6 etc etc. Okay, so you get the idea. And you want to make sure that you play this with a metronome and you want to be right on time. This is very important. And don't push the metronome up until you're very comfortable and it's like smooth and, you're not soloing, obviously. You're not trying to impress everyone. You're just trying to have like the right basis at the right place.
Yeah.
This is essential. You don't want to do anything else without this exercise. Warming up because you want to preserve your body, your wrist, your fingers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When you start weightlifting, you don't start straight away with a 150 kilos thing. Okay. You start if you're as muscled as I am, you start with 1 kilo. Okay. Same thing here. Right. So you want to be like and then you increase slowly a little by little, but don't increase by like 20 or something. You go like smooth. You try. Okay, and sometimes it's good to get back down as well. Make sure if you get the things right, and then it's going to be like a automatic. Okay, so you can increase the speed slowly, a little by little, and you want to make sure that all your fingers don't go crazy like this, for example, and then back and then back and then back, because the time you pull your fingers back, well, it's time. You waste time, like in your efficiency and on the speed you're playing at. Okay, because right now we're not obviously soloing, we're not Van Halening yet, but it will come eventually. So make sure you apply this from day one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great tip.
So now you've been doing something that's not going to be really impressive by the fire camp, because if you play that, people will listen to you and be like, yeah, right, can you do something else apart from 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4? So we're going to start learning our first chords. And learning chords is something very essential, obviously, because it's the basis of every tune, every melody, every song. And so we're going to start with two chords. The first one, there are two main types of chords: major chords and minor chords. And it does make sense to understand what those chords are made from, okay? And what's the difference between major and minor, because it's gonna, like, if you start with this, bearing this in mind, well, then it's gonna open up possibilities, well, soon enough when we start soloing, okay? Because you won't play the same things over a major chord than on a minor chord. It's very similar, but there are specificities, okay, that you wanna make sure you keep up with. First is the E minor. It's one of the easiest one. It's only 2 fingers, so you're gonna take your index finger, A string, 2nd fret, which is it's a B. Okay, and major finger, 3rd string, so it's the D string. Sorry, it's actually the 4th string because you count up. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and you strum all the strings. And that's an E minor. So basically, what a chord is made up of, it's a root note, which is obviously the E, because it's an E chord. You've got the E and the E as well, and here as well. Okay, you've got 3 instances of the E.
Yeah.
Okay, then you've got, if it's minor, it's because of what we call the third. It's a minor third. So if you take the notes making up the E scale, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but it's just so that you start getting the picture. Well, you've got the E, F sharp, G sharp, which is G sharp is the major third. But you don't have a major third in a minor chord. That's the third that makes the sound of the chord. If you've got a major third, well, then you've got a major chord. If you've got a minor third, you've got a minor chord. And you want to hear the major third is G sharp. Okay, G sharp. If I want to turn it into a minor third, I just take it down half a step. Okay, so it's not G sharp, but G. And if you pay attention to what I'm playing here, well, you've got it here. G, open string of G. So this is E minor, okay? And you hear the difference is quite sad. They are sad chords, okay? Mm-hmm. When you want to fool girls, you play minor chords. That's another trick, but nothing to do with guitar. Okay, and if you've listened well to what I've been saying, minor third was G. But if I take my G half a step up, it's going to turn into a major third, and then it's going to be a major chord. Okay, so just by adding my index finger, first fret of the G string, okay, G string, I'm talking about guitar still, right? I just add this, and now, so minor, major. You hear it, opens, it's more like joyful and happy chord, okay? But we'll stick for now to the minor one. Okay, and now, so you can play it as well, and we're gonna, I told you that we're gonna like intertwine harmony and rhythm. Yeah. So now we're gonna take back our old friend Metronome 60. Okay, so these are quarter notes. So basically the last one time. So quarter, 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 okay? And I'm just going to play quarters over the E minor chord, okay? So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is just going down with a pick, okay? It's not too complicated. But this is very important that you start playing with the metronome, because then we know we're stroking down, but we're gonna have like up chords, and I'll tell you that next time because I don't want to make it too complicated at once. But this is important that you strum really on the click, okay? And then as for the previous exercise, you can actually increase the BPM like little by little when you feel like you're really on time. And you can use your telephone to video yourself doing this with the metronome clicking, so that you can actually check, because sometimes it's a difficult exercise. So it's like a philosophy of doing this, and this is I can assure you this is quintessential when you're going to the recording studio. Very important. Time. It's all about time. Okay? Second chord we're going to learn is a G major. Okay? So same thing here, G major. You want to take your major finger, put it on the G note here on the E string, okay? So E6, which is the low E, okay? And, well, third fret is a G, okay? So E, F, F sharp, G. So you take your major finger, index finger on the A string, second fret. So make sure, listen to what I'm playing and make sure you have the same notes to make sure that your fingers are in the right position. Okay, like this.
Yeah.
All right. I think you can see pretty well here.
Yeah.
Then, it's very difficult. You can have here your ring finger on the third fret of the E string here, the high E. Okay, the first string, right? So basically what you have a G, you have a E, you have a D, G again, which is the root note, okay? You've got a B, and you've got the G. Because these are the same notes, not on the same octave, okay? It's it's an octave higher. Well, it's 2 octaves higher. Okay, you've got the B, and then all the others are open strings, apart from the last one. See, and it's wide open. You can hear it. It's a major chord because it sounds joyful. Okay, if I want to turn it, it's a bit more tricky to turn it into a minor chord here, but listen to the minor version of G.
Yeah, quite different. Yeah.
Sounds like the beginning of Shine On You Crazy Diamonds. Haha. Anyway, so now what we're going to do, because basically what you have to do to go from one chord to another one is make your major finger jump. So it's standing here, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, and you make it jump to here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's when you're going to go like, oh, hold on, let me have a look. This is what's going to happen. It's normal.
Been there and done that. That's what I'm laughing.
Okay, so you put it back down here and then you've got a G. What you can do if you want to, hear results straight away is just use those 2 fingers here. But it's cheating a bit, okay? So it's not like a real G major that you're playing here, but that's still a G, okay? So what you can do, same thing, you take out your metronome, okay? 2, 3, 4, E, 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 G, 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 E, 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 E. Okay, so this is what you want to do. Play 4 E's for 1 bar, okay?
Mm-hmm.
1 bar is 4 times, okay? For 4 quarter notes. So E, 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 and then G, G, G. And, and another G. I only said 3, I think.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that your right hand, if you're right-handed, never stops. Your right hand becomes the metronome, okay?
Yeah,
so
makes sense.
What you want to avoid doing, very important that is, you want to avoid, I'm going to play a bit faster, but going like, see, there was a gap, like I was somewhere in time, but I was certainly not in the time of the metronome, okay? So this is something you want to avoid. So you'd rather be slow, like even if you're like slower than 60 BPM, it doesn't matter as long as you got it right. Don't get used to stopping the right hand. The right hand is the metronome if you're right-handed, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, my right hand never stops. It's a metronymic pattern, okay? Yeah. Never, never, never ever, in case you hadn't understood, stop the right hand. Okay?
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
one question, because you were mentioning right hand and left handed. So
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
cheers.
Yeah, sorry. Just
Go ahead. Cheers.
yeah. So your question, yeah, please.
For left handed, are there specific guitars?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
for left,
custom made, or can I find them in any shop?
no, you can. Well, now you can find them in nearly any shops. Maybe you will have to order it and wait a bit for its delivery because they're not necessarily in stock. But basically,
Yeah.
what's going to happen is this. I cannot play like this. It's impossible. And the strings, well, obviously here because I've just like spin it around. Here you're gonna have
Yeah.
still on top the lower one. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
not gonna be this string layout. It's gonna be the opposite, so that it's the same layout as this. Okay, so you're always gonna have on top of the neck. You're always gonna have the low E. Okay, so this is not correct, obviously. And
Yeah.
you see, well, sometimes you can cheat a bit. Like Jimi Hendrix was left-handed, but he used a guitar for right-handed people. So what he did, he actually changed the string, and he had like a custom thing for the bridge because like the little saddles are not the same size because they have like the same strings in it. But yeah, there are specific guitars. Some people, Luke from Abbygail, the other guitar player, is left-handed, but he plays like in the same position as I do
Mm-hmm.
because he understood he was much better playing like me. Joking,
He's so
obviously.
gonna listen to this and get back at you.
Yeah. All right then. So that's pretty much it for today. So bear in mind, never.
Quite enough for a week because this requires training and practicing. So,
Yeah.
how much time do you think, or what do you say, people should practice this every day?
Well, there is one thing I've been, incidentally enough, it's just sitting here on my desk. There is this little thing, the hourglass.
Oh.
And the fake one, it's not for the boiled eggs. It's a 30 minutes one. And I do at least 30 minutes a day. But because I want to play like on a kind of high level, and I want to keep up the level because we were doing live shows, so we don't want to mess around not doing things properly. So I think it is very essential to play, let's say, at least 15 minutes a day.
Okay.
And you're going to get much more pleasure in strumming the guitar and playing strings than in doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 things, but they are as important.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe one day you can just practice for 10 to 15 minutes the chords and the rhythm pattern in case you hadn't gotten it yet, and on the following day you just do the 1, 2, 3, 4 things. I know it doesn't sound very exciting, but believe me, when we'll get to episode 12, 15 or whatever, it's gonna be very important. Okay,
becoming very handy. Yeah.
At some point, exactly. At some point, with those 2 chords that I've just showed you, we will be able to play a song which is called About a Girl by Nirvana. Okay, which sounds like this. And it's all based on the rhythm. It's nothing like, the chords are like very simple, but the rhythm changes it all.
Yeah.
Okay, because if I go like a punk, like, it doesn't have the feel as when I do. It sounds different. Well, at least sounds different to me. Maybe I'm a fool.
It does. Makes me want to go and steal back the guitar I gave my son.
All right then.
Pick it up again.
Yeah. So, well, that was it for today. I know I'm very talkative. I say it would be 10 minutes, and it's like over 30 minutes now. But
no, 10 minutes is our minimum, so we're good.
Yeah. All right then. So I'm gonna let you with this. Go finish my beer.
Yeah. Cheers and have fun. And we'll see you next week. And hope that everyone has practiced a bit for the next lesson.
And if you've got questions, do not hesitate to get them ready for next lesson. If you've been practicing and facing problems, we can have like at the beginning of this session, we can have like a 2 to 5 minutes exchange about problems you've had or things that are not clear enough. Maybe I've been too fast or,
Yeah,
you know.
but for those who were listening, this video or all the videos, the live stream videos, go on our YouTube channel. Just type in Global Music Club and you look for the playlist Strings Attached. And even then, if you're watching this on any other day before next Thursday, you can type in the question in the YouTube channel. We will read it and then start with these questions when they appear. So you don't have to wait till next session to ask them. Okay, that given. Thank you very much, Will. And
Well, yeah.
see you tomorrow with Alexa and Dress to the Nines. Bye.
Goodbye. Enjoy your evening.